Good morning. Today we will be conducting an experiment that satisfies the following syllabus outcome. Investigates the effect of increasing and decreasing the strength of specific contact and non-contact forces for physical world stage 3. We will be exploring air pressure as a contact force using a balloon. The balloon will be attached to the top of a water bottle that has a straw sticking out of its side, half filled with water. We will be observing and measuring the effect of the air pressure from the balloon on the water, which will be tested through increasing and decreasing the balloon size.
To start off today, before we get into the experiment, we would like to do the following. The first thing is to download a QR app reader and use this to scan the code that will appear on your screen. The code will give you a link. You must open this to access the investigation planner for this experiment. Once you have done this, download the Measure by Google app on your iPad. The link is in the equipment list in the investigation planner. Once this is completed with a partner, fill in the prediction and variable section of the investigation planner. As we are conducting the experiment, begin to fill out the method and the results. Alright, so let's get straight into the experiment. The first thing you need to do is poke a hole into the bottle using a pair of scissors. So we've got ours just on the side. Then the next thing, you get a straw and you put it inside the hole. And once you've done that, you get blue tack. And you just stick it around your straw. Okay, just around.
While Diana is doing that, we have a measuring cup and we have filled it with 250 millilitres of water. What we're going to do is we've got some green food colouring. We're going to put in 3 drops into our water and we're just going to give it a bit of a stir. Now you could use a plastic fork, a paddle pop stick, it doesn't really matter. Now once all that is done, we are going to use a funnel to pour the water into our bottle.
Okay, so we just blew up our balloon and we used the Measure app to measure the height of the balloon and it came up as 32 centimetres, so therefore this will be our large balloon.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to connect our balloon to our bottle at the top. Now this balloon is not tied up, but I'm going to keep my fingers here to make sure no air escapes. Perfect. Now you'll see I've still got my fingers around the balloon edge, but it is attached at the tip of the bottle. Now what we're going to do is in a few moments, I'm going to release my fingers and the air from the balloon should release into the bottle and the water should travel through the straw to escape the bottle into our bowl. Let's see what happens. Perfect. Okay, now the balloon, it has stopped. The balloon has released all the air it will release. We're going to move the bottle away from it. We're going to use our measuring cup to measure how much water escaped into the bowl. Perfect, thank you. And we're just going to keep that flat on the surface so that we can get a proper measurement.
So it's about 75 millilitres.
So out of the 250 millilitres that we put into the bottle, 75 millilitres has escaped and come into the measuring cup.
Alright, so after your first trial, you will then put 75 millilitres in the results section of your result planner.
We reset the experiment so that we have the same amount of water in the same bottle with the same straw and blue tack to make it a fair test. We used the same type of balloon but only blew it up to 21 centimetres in height to make it our medium balloon. We conducted the experiment the same as the last one and 30 millilitres of water was displaced. We placed this information in the results section of the investigation planner under trial 1.
We reset the experiment again so that we have the same amount of water in the same bottle with the same straw and blue tack to make it a fair test. We used the same type of balloon but only blew it up to 14 centimetres in height to make it our small balloon. We conducted the experiment the same as the last one and only 5 millilitres of water was displaced. We placed this information in the results section of the investigation planner under trial 1.
On the screen you will see the investigation planner with the results from the experiment. We would love you to conduct 2 more trials of this experiment to make the results reliable. Hopefully, the results that you gather will be similar to the results that we have obtained. You will find that the larger balloon will displace a greater amount of water than the medium and small balloons due to the increased contact force of the air pressure from the balloon on the water. These results will help you to answer the discussion questions and evaluate the experiment.
We believe that this experiment is suitable for the elaborate phase because students are applying their knowledge of contact forces to air pressure and the impact of increasing and decreasing this force to displace water within a new context. The experiment requires students to utilise mathematical understandings in measuring the height of the balloon and the amount of water displaced. The data collected can also be placed into a graph to assist students in visualising and analysing this data.
The experiment can later be modified where students are able to record the length of time it takes for the water to be displaced from the bottle. The elaborate phase is further seen through the use of the Measure app to determine the different sizes of the balloons and consequently the air pressure. The students' use of digital technologies can be further developed by providing them with the opportunity to create an animation through a coding platform to present their new understandings from the experiment. For example, Scratch coding can be a great starting point for this. Thank you for watching! A great starting point for this.
And this is our second trial now.
Part of trial 1.
You can cut it out.
Drink up.
Stop it.